morning, everyone. So I literally just wanted to make this video as quickly as possible. So that is why I am not made up. I haven't brushed my hair and I'm filming on my good old iPhone. But I really wanted to address this situation as quickly as possible because this morning I woke up and I checked my Instagram, as I do every morning, and someone had tagged me in a post that someone had put up on Instagram, and I'll put the message on for you now so you can see it. And it says, it's on a page called Banter King Mag, and it has been reposted from an account, and she has said, "Not asked, I love the royals. I'd rather pay tax for Meghan Markle's dress than pay for some fat skank with 6 kids that can't be rammed to get a job and claim disability." And when I read that, I was really upset. Like, I felt kind of a bit teary about it. And the person who had tagged me in it was clearly upset as well. And she'd also tagged some other people, some other accounts, sort of, you know, disability awareness accounts, whatever. I didn't want to make this video, but I feel like I have a voice and I have a influence, and hopefully together we can change people's perceptions. So yeah, I wanted to bring this to people's attention, this tweet or post or whatever it is, about disability people being fat and lazy, can't be asked to get a job. That is just like so far from the truth, it's unreal. I have some facts and figures here about disability benefit, and I think one of the biggest ones that stands out to me is 3.4 million people who claim disability are in employment. I have worked since the day I left school. I have paid my taxes. I'm now self-employed. I work really, really hard, and I have been filing my taxes since I have been self-employed as well. When I was at work, it snowed one day and I could hardly get into work. They didn't make allowances for me. It was like, well, you come in or it's got to be unpaid. I have still got bills to pay. So I went in the snow and I really, really struggled to get in, but I managed to get there. That shows you, I mean, I was very dedicated and I am a hard worker, and lots of you are hard workers, you know, are disabled as well. Look at my lovely friend Jessica. How many illnesses and how many you know, disabilities she has to deal with on a daily basis, but oh my gosh, does that girl work hard. I know how hard she works, and I know how hard some of you work as well. So people who claim disability, you can still get a job, they still work really hard. Do you know I'm not entitled to free prescriptions? I still have to pay for my dental care, and I still have to pay for my eye care as well. I still pay council tax. I pretty much pay for all the bills that anybody else pays for as well. I mean, I made a video all about the true cost of being disabled. Now, did you know that disabled people are almost £600 worse off every month because of their disability, because of the things we have to pay for to live our lives? So that money goes towards helping for those costs, like adaptations to the home. Also, another really shocking right, this is really interesting. Disability benefits have the lowest level of fraud. DLA, or Disability Living Allowances, fraud represents 0.5% of the total amount spent on benefits. And I was talking to my mum before I made this video just now, and she said it's almost like the government aren't giving the right information. It's almost like the government are letting people assume that disabled people are a drain on the resources, when actually we're not a drain on the resources. We work really, really hard. We need that money to work hard, to pay our taxes. But yeah, it's just like there's no sort of education out there or information available to people who never experienced disability in their life before. Here's another one that I was reading about. 4 years on from the Paralympic Games, nearly half of the British public don't know anybody who is disabled, and the majority, 67%, feel awkward around disability. I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it? So so angry about this message, and you know, I feel, you know, this post is up on Banter King Mag for everybody to see. It was posted by a girl called, she has since taken it down, but it's still here. It's still for everybody to see. How much longer? I don't know. If you're watching this video, I would love to meet you. I would love for you. I've got a spare wheelchair. Let's meet up. Let's get you in a wheelchair, and let's see you live for a week as a disabled person. What's also really sad is that this girl is from Manchester, where the Manchester bombings took place almost a year ago to the day. And what's really sad is that a lot of the people who were injured in the bombings are now disabled. They went out to have a nice night and they're now disabled. I saw one guy in the news yesterday who was raising money for some charities surrounding the bombings, and he has a spinal cord injury. He's now paraplegic and living his life, and I would assume still working really hard. I think he's just done a marathon. So yeah, let's see you do a marathon in a wheelchair and see how you get on. And then you can call us lazy. Now, not like one of the highest reasons that people have spinal cord injuries is due to car accidents. Now, it could happen to anybody. You could be hit by a drunk driver, you could be hit by anybody and have a spinal cord injury. Terrorism, who knows? Just sit back. Okay, look around you. If you're not disabled, look around you. Look at your home. Can you get in the doorstep? Can you get in your front door? Or is there a step up into your front door? If you had a spinal cord injury, God forbid, today, and you were made disabled from the neck down, could you even get in your front door? Think about the layout of your downstairs. Can you squeeze through your doors? Have you got a stair lift? Can you get to the bathroom? If you manage to get to the bathroom, are you able to get onto the toilet? Are you able to wash your hands? Are you able to get into your bath or shower? Can you make basic meals for yourself? Can you reach your fridge? Can you reach your cupboards? Can you get into your garden? Think about your job that you're doing right now. Is that accessible? Can you get into your workplace? If you can get into your workplace, can you get into your canteen? Can you fit under the tables in your canteen? Can you get to the vending machines? Can you get to the bathroom at your workplace? Is the right equipment in your office for you to do your job? Can you get onto the train in a wheelchair? Can you get onto a bus in your wheelchair? Can you get a taxi? Oh, this all costs money. And if you don't have any money to do any of these things, then how are you going to live your life? Oh, I got so much adrenaline, like I'm going red just thinking about it. Do you know, and I was left a comment which sparked an idea for a video, which was kind of going to be along these lines. I was left a comment on my YouTube, and it said, the world doesn't have to change just because you're disabled. Well, I'm sorry, the world does have to change because I'm disabled. A huge percentage of the population in the world have a disability, and if the world didn't change because of disability, we wouldn't be able to go out, we wouldn't be able to do our jobs, we wouldn't be able to live our lives. We wouldn't have the laws in place to protect us. Like, there is not enough education about this issue. What needs to change? The government, they need to help us. Instead of us always fighting against the government, we need to have something, we need to have help from the government to change people's perceptions. We're not lazy people. God, we're not lazy people. How can I be lazy when this morning I've got up, I've got my daughter ready for school, I've taken her to school and I've come back and I've got a whole day of work ahead of me? How can I be lazy? I've done all of that without moving my legs. I think the purpose of this video is to highlight the fact that disabled people are not lazy, and also a lot of disabled people don't want to be in wheelchairs. They don't want to be disabled. It's not a choice. I don't have a choice. My legs aren't going to magically start working. And just remember, disability doesn't discriminate.